What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Aranda here, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'll be bringing you the latest watches, warnings, and advisories taking place all across the United States. And we do have a little bit of some alerts being issued, especially down there in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, parts of Texas, even into southeastern Georgia, due to the remnants of Tropical Storm Arthur when it made its way through Alabama and Georgia, left some flooding in some areas. But it originally made landfall over Texas, went through Louisiana and Mississippi and dropped several inches of rain. Some areas picked up 12 plus inches of rain, especially across Mississippi and Louisiana. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So first, let's see if I can exit this out. There we go. So first, we're going to start off with Alabama. Alabama currently have a flash flood warning, a flood warning, flood advisory, flood watch, special weather statement, and a hazardous weather outlook has been issued from the Birmingham National Weather Service Forecast Office in Birmingham, Alabama. Then we also go into Mississippi, and they currently dealing with a flash flood warning, special marine warning, flood warning, heat advisory, a flood advisory, rip current statement, and a flood watch has been issued for some areas in southern Mississippi, and this is coming out of the National Weather Forecast Office in Jackson. We can go down into Louisiana. They're dealing about the same thing: a flood warning, a flash flood warning, a heat advisory, flood advisory, and a rip current statement been issued for Louisiana. Going into Texas, they have a few heat advisories being issued across the state from the southeastern part, even into the north central and northwestern part of the state. But they're currently dealing with a flash flood warning, heat advisory, flood advisory, rip current statement, and a special weather statement. Going into New Mexico, in the northwestern part of the state, they're dealing with red flag warnings for high fire danger. Severe thunderstorm watch has been issued. A heat advisory has been issued for the southeastern part of New Mexico, and a hazardous weather outlook also been issued. Going into Arizona, eastern Arizona is dealing with a red flag warning for high fire danger, and an extreme heat watch has been issued for the north central part of Arizona. Going into Colorado, Colorado is dealing with a severe thunderstorm warning, a severe weather watch, a tornado watch, a severe thunderstorm watch, a red flag warning, air quality alert, and a hazardous weather outlook been issued for Colorado. Kansas, they're dealing with a severe thunderstorm warning, a severe weather statement, tornado watch, severe thunderstorm watch, red flag warning, flood watch, and a hazardous weather outlook also been issued for Kansas. So I would not be surprised that we do see some severe weather continue to break out across those areas, because the GFS and European models been liking the idea after Arthur went past. The areas in the central part of the United States do you see some severe weather, some strong gusty winds, possibly tropical storm force winds, depending on how strong these storms is. Especially if you get a tornado that pop down, especially we're talking about Kansas and Oklahoma, those areas that's prone to tornadoes a lot. We have a severe thunderstorm watch, heat advisory, flood watch, and a hazardous weather outlook being issued for Oklahoma. Going into, I think this is Nebraska. Yeah, Nebraska is dealing with a severe thunderstorm warning in a few counties. Severe weather statement been issued, a tornado watch, a severe thunderstorm watch, a flood advisory, a flood watch, and a hazardous weather outlook also has been issued for Nebraska. So basically, the central part of the United States is dealing with a severe weather event in some areas. We can go ahead and go into, I did not mean to close that out all the way, so let me go back into it. So going into Wyoming, they're dealing with a severe thunderstorm warnings in about 3 counties. A severe weather statement been issued, a tornado watch, a severe thunderstorm watch been issued for most of the state of Wyoming. Red flag warnings been issued, a special weather statement, air quality alert, and then they also have a short-term forecast that's also been issued for Wyoming. Going into Idaho, they're dealing with a red flag warning, a special weather statement, and a short-term forecast also been issued for that area. Going into Oregon, they're dealing with a red flag warning, heat advisory, and a wind advisory. So make sure you're not burning if you live in the state of Oregon, because you also have a wind advisory. As on top of, you guys are dealing with a high fire danger, because red flag warnings has been issued in those areas. Pretty sure there's burn bans issued though. We have a flood warning ongoing in Washington State, a red flag warning, heat advisory and a wind advisory also been issued for Washington State. Northern California is dealing with a heat advisory. Then we also have an extreme heat watch look like issued just around Los Angeles. Then they also have air quality alert, beach hazard statement issued for the coastal part of California. And then also have a lake wind advisory issued as well. Now, I would not be surprised if California do get put under a red flag warning in some areas. Because if Nevada, Arizona, those areas dealing with high fire danger, I'm pretty sure California, it will be their time again soon. Oh, I think I already did. Okay, I didn't do Utah. Utah is currently dealing with a severe thunderstorm warning, severe weather statement been issued, severe thunderstorm watch, a red flag warning, and special weather statement. So regardless, the western part of the United States is dealing with extremely dry conditions, and the central part. So a lot of red flag warnings has been issued in those areas. Going into southeastern Georgia, they're dealing with a severe thunderstorm warning in a few counties, a severe weather watch, flood advisory, rip current statement, flood watch, a special weather statement, marine weather statement, and a hazardous weather outlook been issued. The hazardous weather outlook also do extend down into North Florida, just west of Jacksonville, Florida. And then we have heat advisories being issued for the southern part of Florida, mainly with severe thunderstorm warnings just north of Fort Lauderdale. We do have a special marine warning also issued for the coastal part of Florida. I think that's more for the Atlantic. I don't think it's really for the Gulf, but it could be too. These advisories is overlapping each other. We do have a heat advisory in effect for Miami, Fort Lauderdale, those areas, even stretching to the Gulf side of Florida. We do have a special weather statement issued, a marine weather statement, and an air quality alert has been issued for the southern part of Florida. Most likely part related to the extreme heat they're dealing with. So it seems like we're not really dealing with a heat wave like these areas have. Tennessee, Virginia, the Carolinas, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, those areas has been dealing with. Now it seems like it's kind of switched further south. Now I kind of see why southern part of Florida is dealing with a heat advisory. We had all that rain that went through just recently, just yesterday. It's from the deep south to the southeast from Tropical Storm Arthur, and then the remnants definitely cooled some things down. They was talking about a cold front will be impacting the Carolinas. That's why some areas is going to be in the mid 60s, high 50s for the lows, like yesterday night and tonight. So there was a cold front that was helping Arthur continue to move eastward. But southern part of Florida didn't get any remnants from Arthur, so they're going to remain warm and humid down there for the rest of this week and weekend. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one if it's God's will. And then also, I will keep you guys up to date if any more tropical disturbances or hurricanes do form. I haven't heard Arthur becoming Arthur again. Now, it was a 10% chance of Arthur becoming Arthur again off the coast of North Carolina as it pulls away. But I haven't seen that become Arthur again. So it might have completely just left and not a thing anymore. So we're going to have to watch out and see where the next hurricane or tropical storm form if it makes landfall. Now, the Atlantic and the Gulf is supposed to have below average hurricane season. As hot as it's been, I would not be surprised if we start seeing more of those start creeping up as we get into July and August, especially when we get into the fall time frame. That's when the Atlantic hurricane season really do ramp up. But where Tropical Storm Arthur did form in the Gulf, mainly any storms that form in the Gulf only have a few states it can make landfall on because it tend to get trapped. Either the panhandle of Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, or Texas is mainly the main landfall areas if anything do form in the Gulf. And with this case, Tropical Storm Arthur formed off the coast of Texas. So it impacted the coastal part of Texas, went through Louisiana, went through Mississippi, Alabama. By the time it got to Georgia and the Carolinas, we were just getting remnants, and it also had a faster pace to it as it moved out. And then it also was moving pretty quick across the Carolinas due to the fact it was getting chased by a cold front. So mainly when cold fronts is coming, when a storm is coming, those storms tend to have more chance to be more severe most of the time. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one if it's God's will. Stay safe out there. And it's your boy Aronde out.